If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray. If my people who are called by my name shall seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from the Shalom, and I will forgive their sin and heal their land. If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves.
Good morning, y'all. Do y'all remember what this area looked like before? Remember it was all growed up and had all that old hen bin in it and just completely growed up. I finally got Ladybug over there, my tiller, that's her name. We name everything here on the farm now. I've always done it my whole life. And found out my beau, he named his truck too, so we just name everything. Ladybug's my tiller. But yep, I've been out here a couple of times, but yesterday I really gave it my all. Made me that little old thing over there, and our Creator, because He's the one that gives me strength to do this and the will to do this. You know, He gives us the strength and will to live the way we should. You know, living off the land. A lot of people kill me. I heard so many stupid people say something about getting on the people about meat and animals and all this junk, and why don't you just go to the grocery store and buy your meat and not, you know, kill a precious animal. Well, you know, them idiots, where do they think that meat come from? You know, did they just grow it in thin air? Well, the problem with that is nowadays, that's exactly what they're doing. They're taking fake meat and just producing it out of the air with who knows what in it. You know, so it's just ridiculous. But yeah, me and Ladybug, we did this. We did all of this yesterday. There's a huge chunk of it that was our garden from last year, but then I added some rows on the outer corner, and then I come here yesterday and I added this little chunk right here, which there's some grass in the middle. I got to go down that. It comes up here where Shiloh's standing. Now, whenever you break fresh ground, and I'm talking about unbroken ground, that tiller, it takes it. You know, you go through it the first time, and then you go through it the second time, and you know, you get the chunks of grass, because here they all lay. And you get them out and you just chunk them over. And you're going to have to go through it the third time to really get some good, soft soil. And see how dark it is? It's beautiful. So I've got to go down these two. This is about 2 rows. Well, about 3 rows actually, because kind of go into the other row at a side angle, and that makes it easier to dig up the grass roots if you kind of angle it a little bit. So I'll say that's about three good rows. But you got to go down them at least 3 times to get all this chunk of grass out. Well, this is some beautiful soil that we have been baracked with. Now I'm telling you, I can't go anywhere in this garden and till it and not see worms just, you know, crawling everywhere. And you know, if you got worms in your soil, that is a good sign. That is a good natural sign that you've got good soil. Now, last year I had tilled it up, and it hadn't been tilled as a garden for several years. Okay, so it was a chore. And you know, I didn't have all those worms. And my beau, we got this big old pile of horse poo. Now it's a big old pile of horse and cow poo. And you know, he brought it over with his skid steer, whose name is Skid Boot. So him and Skid Boot brought it over here, and you know, dumped it throughout the garden. And I tilled it throughout the garden, and so we got some really good soil from last year. But it's extendable to see that it's still so good, even stretched over here. And we're gonna bring some more of the compost, as y'all call it. I just call it poo. And we're gonna put some in this little strip here. Now look at here, I'm talking y'all about worms. Where did that little booger go? He's just laying out here on the top. See if I can zoom in on him for you. See him? We have got those worms, and he's not dead, he's moving. Let's see if you can see him moving. There he goes. We have got those worms everywhere, just everywhere in this ground. And that excites me, because I know, you know, we got live ground here. And he's not the only kind. We got other things, other kind of worms and stuff in here. I know all worms ain't good, but that little critter right there, that's what you mostly see. So, Shallow better enjoy laying there for a minute, because I'm fixing to get some fence. Last year, we took T-posts and chicken wire. That's why you see this over here. There's my mullein plant. I told y'all, I mentioned moving it and then plowing around it, moving it, plowing around it. Well, I decided just to plow around it, and look how healthy it is. That's mullein, that's medicine. I love it. That's a gift from Yahuwah for me. And then there's red clover around it. And now I didn't keep the clover patches over there, but Yahuwah's got them all around the farm for me. So look how beautiful and healthy that plant is. That's gonna be medicine this year. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, we used chicken wire. We got a bunch of it too. And we put it around the garden last year to keep the rabbits, the dogs, the cow, the deer, you know, everything out. Well, it worked pretty good for the most part. A rabbit or two got in. Danny kind of pushed her way in once or twice, but that was, you know, it was life. So this year, what we're gonna do is we got a chicken. It's electrified chicken. It's the same wire I got around my chickens over yonder. It's from King Cove, and we're gonna get a solar unit that sits up on top of a T-post, just like over yonder with my chickens. And we're gonna get that net fencing and then just put it all the way around my garden, so we don't have to fool with putting down the T-post again, stretching out the chicken wire again. We're just gonna put that fencing all around the garden, and it's gonna be electrified by, you know, by the sun. It's gonna be solar, so that way I ain't gotta worry about the dogs getting in. I ain't gotta worry about no critters getting in, coons or squirrels or whatnot, you know. And you know, that's just, it's an investment. And whenever I take that down, when it gets later onto the year, we can use that fencing for other critters and stuff, you know, just kind of go back and forth with it, so that it's got more than just one good use. But this is Ladybug. Let me introduce you to Ladybug. She is my baby. She is a workhorse now. We came across her last year because I was needing a tiller really bad, because, you know, gardening. And come across her, and can't remember how we found her. Some list, maybe Craigslist. But she was been under a tarp for several years. This elderly lady had her, and had taken really good care. I mean, which she had only been used not that much either. So anyway, you know, we bought it from her, brought her home, and she's got a forever home here. But she's a ladybug, and she's a good friend. I only have to work her so often. And she, you know, she's off for the rest of the year. She's got some hard days, and then she gets to rest, you know. Did y'all know that in Scripture, it goes back to the first covenant, which y'all call the Old Testament, but it's called the first covenant, that every 7th year, you are commanded, not put a thought in your head, not say, well, if you wanna, but we are commanded as Yahweh's creation that we are supposed to let the land rest on the 7th year. That you work the land, whatever you work it with, for 6 years. And then if you serve Yahuwah with his commands and his laws, that you will not have no worry of where your food's going to come from. You know, because in that 5th and 6th year, he's going to baruch you so much that you're going to be just fine to get through that 1 year of letting that land rest. Chickens need to rest. They don't need a light on them all throughout the winter to keep them laying. He made their body to rest. All right? We get tired. If we push ourselves constantly, we're going to crash. We need time to rest. On Yahuwah's Shabbats, what y'all call Sabbaths, that is a day of rest. That is a day of worship and rest, to let your body just, you know, heal from all that hard work. Same thing goes with land. The land will give and give, but if you continue to work it or poison it, you know, don't be putting poison and junk on your plants and your flowers and junk like that. That's not the natural way. Figure out something natural. Look how healthy this ground is. I support farmers. I am a farmer. I grew up farming. I grew up with farmers. But today's farming practices, they're horrible. And it ain't just today's, it's way back when. You've got a handful of farmers out there that know what they're doing. And the rest of them are just like the rest of the world. You're wearing something out until it ain't going to produce again. All right, y'all. I just wanted to get out here and show you this. And I'm fixing to, we got some rain coming. HalleluYAHUWAH. I love it. A lot of y'all are thinking, man, you're waiting late into the season to do your gardening. Well, no. Where you're at and where I'm at, maybe two different things. I go by the weather. I don't go by a certain date. I don't go by an almanac. I go by our Creator's, the way he's doing today. Okay, I don't do a division or put my knowing in a man's calendar. So it is now starting to warm up, just like I say about my cowhide. She's slick. I know it's gonna be fine. He put his knowing in a cowhide to let me know, hey, warm weather's here. It's time to get to planting, mountain daughter. And I am his daughter. I am Yahweh's mountain daughter. Nobody gave me that name but him. I want to clarify that right quick like. I am Yahweh's mountain daughter. And he is baruching us beyond our measures right now. So get back to the land. Leave the poisons alone. Grow your own food. And serve our Creator Yahuwah. And you will be taken care of. Y'all have a Barak day. And Shalom from Hilltop Hollar, y'all.
I will hear from the Shalom, and I will forgive their sin and heal their land. If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray.